What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the fam game. Now today, bro, I am finally back from my trip, bro. I'm a day removed from being back home, bro. I ain't gonna lie, with the time change and everything, and honestly, some stuff didn't even go really that well with the trip, but ultimately made the most out of it, had the most fun as humanly possible. And yeah, chat, you know, it was the first trip, first time being on the plane. If you guys want some thoughts on that, basically, I was scared as hell. I ain't gonna lie, but like taking off, landing and stuff, you know, the middle of the ride is pretty cool because you're just in the air, just going straight pretty much. Sometimes there might be a little wind turbulence stuff, but I didn't really have like bad turbulence. The weather was honestly pretty chill there and back, so I'm pretty fortunate for that. I didn't have to experience some like crazy turbulence, but overall pretty fun trip. You know, would I ride in the airplane again? Yeah, but I'd be very cautious about it. It's just like it has to be for business or something. I don't know, bro. I have to really want to go fly because yeah, it's nerve-wracking, bro. It's nerve-wracking. Just, you know, just the fate is just up in the air. Like that's just what you think about it. But yeah, chat, I don't know. I also wasn't able to sleep, and I'm sure sleeping makes it, you know, a little bit better as well. But yeah, I was just too nervous to sleep anyways. But yeah, chat, enough about the trip. Today we are going to be doing a Q&A. And why are we doing Q&A today? Specifically because we hit 2 million subscribers on the main channel. Clap it up, everybody. Clap it up. Lev Fam Gang has grew to 2 million subscribers, and I cannot be more grateful for you guys. Like I told you guys in the post, if you guys saw the YouTube community post, I literally thanked you guys, said I wouldn't be here without you guys, and you know, without being persistent and stuff. But ultimately, you guys choosing to watch my content, choosing to think I'm cool for some reason or funny for some reason, even though I feel like I'm corny and shit and whatever, but you guys rock with me, and that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I rock with y'all like you rock with me. That's a fact. Lev Fam Gang, we always on top. Best community of all time! Of all time! Okay, sorry, chat. I got a little excited, but yeah, I got a little blacker, chat. You know what I'm saying? I was out in the sun a lot at beaches and stuff, whatever. But yeah, it was pretty fun, chat. So before the dumb little Timmy's in the comments, why are you blacking it? Bro, relax. I was touching grass for the first time in my life. No, it's not the first time, but for real, like, that was the first time I like got away from work as much as I could. And that also leads me to explain. You know what? Let's just get into the question, chat. First of all, just want to thank you guys so much, so much for all the support, for, you know, the heartful comments that you guys leave on the videos, and just for you guys being there, bro. I mean, you guys literally look for my videos, and it's so crazy because I used to be the kid watching people, you know, and now I have a community for some reason that just fucks with me, bro. So I just fuck with y'all. You guys are everything to me. And yeah, bro, ride or die for real, all of us. And yeah, Lev Fam Gang, we always on top. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I'm gonna thank you 100 probably times in this video. But it is what it is, because that's just my true genuine feelings. There's no script. This is just, I'm just going off the top. Even with these questions and stuff, it's all off the top, so I might not be, you know, completely articulate and intricate in every single answer and stuff, but it's because it's off the top, man. I might like rewatch this and be like, oh, I could have probably elaborated more on this and that, but it is what it is, chat. We want to freestyle this and make this as genuine as possible. So yeah, chat, without further ado, make sure to grab your popcorn. Let's see. All right, first one by the Nickler. What the hell? To me. Anyways, first question. When are you gonna end memes Monday? When I'm dead. When I'm dead. Okay, nah, but for real though, I actually don't know. That's a good question. I feel like we shouldn't be asking it right now. We're at what? It's about to be 29 soon. I definitely want to reach 100. Like, that's definitely an accolade I do want to hit, just because this is the first, like, not the first series I started on the channel, but I feel like it's the most full circle trend I've done on the channel, because you guys know, first came up off of shorts and stuff. We're probably gonna end up talking about that in other questions, and just kind of reacting to memes and stuff from the Discord, and then we ended up turning it into a series that we do on the main channel for a regular long form video. And I just feel like, you know, it's just full circle with the channel, so I love it. And I don't know, I don't want it to end, but you know, at some point you guys might get tired of it. I don't know, bro. We'll see. Second question: on what age are you gonna quit? I don't want to quit at all, bro. Like, I want to be 95 years old still saying, get your freak ass on my, get out, with my bones cracking and shit, bro. Like, it is what it is, man. I'm never quitting. Obviously, life changes and stuff in the future, chat, so I can't be completely definitive with my answer to that, but I just feel like there's just no reason to, man. You know, filming videos for you guys is just always going to be something I'm enjoy. Obviously, life takes different turns, different ways as you grow up and everything, so, you know, we'll discuss that once we get there. But I really feel like I'm going to be doing YouTube pretty much forever, bro. Like, I mean, I love you guys too much to, you know, not post that much. I mean, you guys see how consistent we are right now, and I just can't see us really stopping. Maybe like relaxing a little bit, maybe 1 video a day instead of 2. Like that's some things that'll probably happen in the future, but in terms of just like quitting completely and just disappearing, nah, you guys don't have to worry about that. Congrats, bro. Thank you, Crinkit. Shout out Crinkit. 1, what or who inspired you to become a YouTuber? See, this is one of those questions where I feel like I'm not going to say everything that I want to say. I feel like I could probably answer both things. So what inspired me to become a YouTuber? I mean, honestly, I just had a YouTube since I was a little kid, bro. And it's so crazy because you guys think I'm like some superior unk because my channel was made like, I think it was like 2014, whatever, bro. I was literally a little Timmy, bro. And I literally started off just dancing, singing, but mostly dancing, doing parkour videos. This is a whole bunch of videos that I deleted, and I regret deleting it. I didn't know you could like archive things back in the day, and I was still a little Timmy when I was like deleting the videos or whatever. And yeah, I guess who inspired me? A lot of YouTubers did, especially with, you know, the reaction space that I'm in. I would, you know, shout out to Dante, the big inspiration. Your Rage is probably like my favorite YouTuber, like that I feel like I could kind of relate to and stuff in terms of just how we are. So I mean, you guys probably, if you know Your Rage, you know me, you could definitely tell the influence he's had on me and stuff, in terms of like sometimes the things I say, the way I talk and stuff sometimes. But yeah, him, DDG is a big inspiration. I try to think. There's so many YouTubers that inspire me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like even now, there's still people that inspire me. Especially since I like, you know, took this on and took YouTube serious and everything. Everything inspires me. Like anybody that's doing well, or even not doing that well, but like trying to do well and stuff. Like everybody has like an inspiring factor that I can take from. You know, like, oh wow, this works, and this person's doing this, is a unique personality to this, and you know, they came up with this idea. It's so cool and stuff. And yeah, I just get inspiration from a lot of people, bro. And this is one of those, like I said, I feel like I'm not gonna elaborate as much as I possibly could. Maybe let me think about other YouTubers. Like I said like the main ones, but let's see. I just watch Zeus a lot. Zeus and B-Lou, they're fucking hilarious when it comes to music reaction. No Life Shaq is a great music reactor. Kai Cenat, I really love his story and how he came up and stuff. There's a lot of YouTubers. I can't even start to name all of them, but there's so many that inspired me. But yeah, those are like the ones that like immediately come to my head. Number 2, are you gonna return to streaming? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, chat. And the reason I stopped streaming, to be honest, is because it just didn't really fit into my schedule. Life has changed in some ways that I can't really get into, too personal and stuff. But like, you know, when I was streaming before, my life wasn't as busy as it is now. And I feel like me uploading very consistently and frequently kind of not replaces streaming altogether, because streaming is just, you know, streaming is streaming. You can't really replace that or whatever. And I do miss streaming. I do miss talking to the chat and stuff. That's also something you guys make fun of me for, is because I always say chat, but and people are in the comments like, bro, you're not even there, bro. Why you say chat, bro? I don't know. Probably because I got used to it, because I streamed for a very long time, bro. A very long time, and it's just ingrained in my head to call you guys chat, okay? So it is what it is. What are you gonna do about it? Nah, but for real, I actually don't know. I actually don't know, chat. I kind of wanted to stream for 2 mil, but you guys made me hit it while I was on vacation. So I didn't have a choice. You guys couldn't just slow down for a couple more days? Like just slow down. But no, but for real though, I really appreciate you guys. This is a joke, obviously. But yeah, chat, that was like, I was actually thinking about streaming for 2 mil, because if you guys didn't know, we stream for 1 mil. But yeah, chat. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really answer that question. Hopefully soon, maybe in the future. But if not, chat, I think you guys will be fine with the 2 to 3 uploads a day, right? Right? 3. And are you sure your clips are AI? Absolutely facts. Absolutely facts. The clips that I say are AI, they're always AI. Congrats on 2 mil subs, Lev. Thank you, Micah811. My question is, if you weren't a YouTuber, what would your job be, Lev? I'm very blessed to be a YouTuber. Always super grateful for you guys for allowing me to be that. So, you know, I have to always stay humble about it and be honest. That is my job. I get paid pretty good to be a YouTuber. But if my job was something else, I don't know. I mean, I worked jobs while I was doing it. This is probably going to tie into another question. Somebody's going to ask this, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, I worked before I took YouTube full time. So I just would work anything I got to, man. You know, obviously I would try to work up and be some type of manager or anything. But what I went to college for was to be a computer programmer, well, specifically software developer. And I kind of wanted to take that path because I feel like that'll just be around forever, especially, you know, technology is just getting bigger by the day. Even with AI, you still need software developers to even, you know, create the code in the first place, to create software, because yeah, AI can't just replace humans itself. You know, as much as people like get scared of that, you still got to type prompts in, you still got to train the AI created in the first place. So yeah, I don't know, I would try to be like I would try to go back to school and probably a trade school or something to specifically focus on software development and try to, you know, enter that area and just work whatever I gotta work. You know, it is what it is. Congrats on 2 mil, twin. Thank you, Wanchuk Gisi. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. W5D, shout out to you. Thank you for saying congrats on 2 mil. My question is, when will you start making music videos? Now, this is a pretty big topic, chat, especially as we grown as a fan base. A lot of you guys, a lot of people actually think that, you know, Underdog being the song that's like the first video on my channel, even though, as I explained before in streams and videos, even in this video, I just explained that there was videos before that. It's just that one's the one that stood and is now technically the first vid. I do want to get back into music, chat. That's some good news that I have. I actually have a channel that's dedicated to music and stuff. It's just it's a lot more complicated, especially with like producing and everything. But honestly, I'm just at the point right now where I just want to drop shit, to be honest. And I'm definitely working on it, chat. And I'm going to be doing music videos in the future for sure. I'm not gonna give you guys a for sure timeline because, you know, the motherfucker could be busy and shit already with the content and just life things or whatever. But I definitely want to make time for it. I want to make new music. A lot of the music that I will be dropping would be music I made like years ago probably. But I just feel like I just want to get out there. So yeah, chat, you guys might even just get a whole album. We'll see though. But I definitely want to do a music video. Congratulations on 2 mil subs. Thank you, Stars3 Edits. I appreciate you. My question is, how do you post almost every day without losing motivation? We all have bad days where we don't want to get out of bed, and I honestly respect you for keeping up the grind. Now, obviously, thank you, by the way, for the compliment and everything. Obviously, you know, what I do for work and stuff and being a YouTuber is definitely way easier than any like blue collar job and stuff like that. So I definitely acknowledge that, but at the same time, it does take a sort of commitment, especially, you know, with how I post every day, frequently, multiple times and stuff. And it's just, I don't know. I just got used to it, chat. It's actually funny because, you know, before when I was posting shorts and stuff, like my whole goal of posting shorts was to promote the long form videos so that I can only post long form videos. So that's probably going to be a question you guys ask later, and I was finally able to do that. And now it's like I used to post like 3, 4, sometimes even 5 shorts plus a long form some days, and it was crazy. So like posting 2, 3 times on the main channel and the gaming channel, it's honestly not that crazy for me, but it is like more work than doing like the shorts, definitely. But how I don't lose motivation, honestly, is you guys, bro. Like, just to be straight blunt with you guys, the comments I get from you guys, the support that I just get, I just feel obligated to just always give you guys content because you guys help me out and you know, made me be where I am today. And I cannot be, I mean, I'm eternally grateful for you guys, bro. And I'm gonna just probably keep saying that throughout this video. Like I said, it might get redundant, and it is what it is because, like I said, it's all off the top. But you guys have been my everything, bro. I love every single one of you guys, and that's why I stay committed, because even when I feel down, when I go through stuff, and trust me, I do, just like everybody else does. I'm not a perfect person. Nobody is. Nobody has a perfect life and stuff. And we all go through things, whether it's family issues, internal issues, mental issues, all that. And I definitely go through all of it, you know? So when I get in those times, I just realized that, you know what, hey, I gotta be grateful for what I have. I gotta be grateful for having the fan base that I have, the supporters that I have, and always just like try to show up for you guys in every single which way, because at the end of the day, like, this is my job. So, you know, I treat it like a job, you know, in terms of showing up, but it doesn't feel like a job because I literally create things for you guys and react to things you guys want me to, and do games you guys want me to. So it's like, it's really just a community thing for me. That's how I view it. And yeah, I don't lose motivation because you guys are my drive. Also, you know, my family, of course, and stuff, and just, you know, doing things for them, and just knowing that I'm like a pillar for probably a lot of people, without sounding egotistical. Like, you know, a lot of people have told me that, hey, your videos keep me happy, to keep you going and stuff. And I can honestly feel that. I know people are not lying about that, because that's how I feel. Even with content creators now, bro, like there's content creators I watch on a daily basis that, you know, probably heal my sanity more than they probably should. You know, you depend on it a little bit more than you probably should, and I understand that, you know. So like, yeah, that's just my motivation. It's just you guys, and making sure I show up in every which way, just like I want to show up in real life for things that are important to me, or people that's important to me. So yeah, chat, thank you for respecting my grind, bro. And I just want you guys to grind like that too, you know, in whatever you do. It doesn't have to be YouTube. Anything you want to go into a career wise and stuff, you keep up that grind no matter what, you're always gonna like outwork somebody that, you know, stops and mopes around and, you know, just doesn't keep going, because hey, shit's gonna get hard, bro. Like, this is life, and life is not fair, and it's got lots of turmoil, lots of things to throw at you. So you gotta just find a way to keep it going, find a way to ground yourself, and just keep going, bro. Like, I'm not perfect at it, but I feel like I've mastered a good part of it. It's just, hey, you know, it's a new day, it's a new thing. I gotta keep going, because no matter what, thousands and probably millions of people are counting on me to post, or just be consistent in general. And I know I don't have to post as much as I do, but it's just something I, you know, kind of fell into doing. I'm pretty used to, and I'm planning to, you know, pull back a little bit in the future, but for now, it is what it is. All right, Brandy Boyo says, I was so excited when you hit 2 mil. Anyways, thank you for being excited. I appreciate the love. Where did you get those lines like, get your freak ass on, man? Honestly, the get your freak ass on is stemmed from this one video I reacted to a long time ago, bro. Like, oh my god, I can't remember. It was like a TikTok or something, and the guy was kind of like having that tone that I use. He didn't say get your freak ass on, but he said something, bro. I can't remember. Like, it's in a video before a long time ago, but then I just like made that into like get your freak ass on, man. And then Dobson Center, honestly, bro, that just came from watching spoiled ass, bad ass kids just being bad and throwing tantrums and shit. And it's just like, bro, like you not grateful and shit for whatever, and it's just adoption. Like, obviously, you know, I know that could be kind of sensitive or whatever, chat. I'm not like really meaning it. It's not like a real thing that I want kids to literally go to adoption center. Like, it's not real. It's just a joke. But yeah, that's pretty much where it stemmed from, bro. Like, everything, like the lines that you guys know from me has been all improvised. I just be saying shit, bro. It is what it is. Congratulations on 2 mil, bro. Thank you, ML Buttlick. Buttlick? Whose butt you licking? Anyways, my question is, are you Filipino, bro? I've always wondered, can you look a little bit Filipino, you know? Yo, do I look Filipino? Do you guys think I do? But no, I'm not Filipino. I have really close friends that's Filipino, and I definitely want to visit the Philippines one day, actually. But anyways, no, I'm not Filipino. I am African American and Mexican. You know, I'm a mix of both, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what I am, bro. I have a little bit of Jamaican in me. I probably have other stuff, but I haven't really done like the whole ancestry thing and stuff where people find it, oh my god, 1% black, I can say the N-word. No, I'm not doing that, bro. All right, Spider-Man BND said, 1, why don't you have these videos on your music channel? Kind of explained that a little earlier. It's a little complicated in terms of dropping music and stuff, in terms of like copyright, producer things and all that. But I'm definitely planning to, you know, I'm actually going to be working on a new channel pretty soon. I will announce that, where it's like kind of compilation channels, like things where you guys can watch certain type of videos, all in one, so you guys can binge watch and stuff. I'm working on that soon. But in terms of music, it'll come sometime. It'll come sometime, chat. Be patient. Number 2, why don't you make shorts anymore? I knew someone was gonna ask this. So yeah, I don't make shorts anymore because, as I stated earlier, the goal of my shorts was to in turn promote my long form videos, you know what I'm saying? And once my long form videos kind of started really taking off, I pretty much accomplished my goal, and I feel like I didn't have to post shorts no more. Now, maybe I'll post shorts in the future, just, you know, on some random shit or whatever, like some Instagram reels, that I don't know. I just don't feel the need to, with the long form videos just doing so well and just the work I put into those. So yeah, shorts just feel a little unnecessary. Obviously, anything can boost your channel, and I'm probably leaving growth on the table, whatever, but I just feel like, you know, the shorts, I got a lot of traction from there, and obviously a lot of subscribers and stuff, but I feel like the long form people are they stick around way more than shorts, because the shorts algorithm, the shorts fan bases, they just there for a short. Literally short, it's in the name, and they just, you know, they're here. Some of them probably stay or whatever. There's probably some people that watch my shorts that ended up staying and still watch now, so shout out to you guys, because you guys don't have cooked attention spans, but most people have cooked attention spans, even on long form videos, but especially shorts. Like, if someone only watches shorts, it's like, really, nigga? But yeah, chat, that's pretty much why, you know, long form videos started doing really well, so I didn't feel the need to try to promote them with shorts, you know? 3, what made you want to become a YouTuber? By the way, congrats on 2 mil. Thank you, Spider-Man. You're actually my favorite superhero. Well, it's a tie between, maybe someone asked that. What made you become a YouTuber? I just wanted to be a YouTuber, bro. Like, I feel like that's every little kid's kind of dream that feels very distant and unrealistic and stuff. And like I said, thanks to you guys, you guys made it happen for me, so I appreciate every single one of you guys. I just wanted to do something working in entertainment. Like, chat, I want to do a whole bunch of things. I had so many aspirations as a kid, bro. I wanted to be a professional NBA player. I wanted to play football at one point. I wanted to do all types of shit. But in terms of entertainment, I feel like that's always where I've mastered it the most. In terms of like dancing, I've always loved dancing. I've always loved just music, like listening to music, dancing to music, choreographing things. I used to choreograph things in high school, whatever. And I used to make music in high school, and that's where I started. And yeah, I just love everything about music and just entertainment. And yeah, obviously this is what got me here. So shout out to you guys again. All right, the fuck films said, going to the gym, any tips? Honestly, just be consistent, bro. But a big tip that I would tell you is that don't be one of those people that go to the gym and just kind of do whatever. And it's fine if you're like first going, you know, you just got in the gym, you just want to test out the machines and all of that, and it's cool, whatever. But if you're that type of person that literally every single time you go, you just don't know what you're doing to the T, you got to get a workout program. And I would recommend people like Jeff Nippard. I mean, that's where I got my workout programs from. Shout out Jeff Nippard. There's just a lot of fitness influencers and things, and you could look for certain things that you want to target, whether that's being targeting more athletic workouts. There's like basketball player workouts, whatever. It really depends, but the most important thing is just getting a program and doing it, and like sticking to that for a long time, because that's when you'll see gains. Not when you're like switching up, doing different things all the time. Because if you stick to something, you can see the progression. You know, like you doing bench press every week, and you're going up incrementally. You're going up by 5 pounds, or just 1 pound, 2.5 pounds, or whatever, and just trying to track that. You could literally track that, right? But if you're doing a whole bunch of different exercises all the time, what can you really track? You know, but it's just mostly about consistency and having a program. That's the only tips I would give you guys. It's really not that complicated. Just get in the gym. Congratulations on 2 mil milestone. Thank you. What day I mean 69 Q&A question. What is your top 5 favorite games of all time? Top 5 favorite games of all time. Damn, that's pretty tough, but I would have to say God of War is up there, just like the whole series, especially like the first 3. I would say damn, that's hard, bro. Okay, I'm gonna say Little Big Planet, and the reason I'm gonna say Little Big Planet is because it just has so much childhood memory for me. I used to play with my siblings, cousins all the time and stuff, and it was just such a fun game to play with someone or even by your own, but mostly you play with someone, because that's just the vibe the game gives off, you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely my top 5. I would say the Spider-Man games. The Spider-Man games are fucking peak. I mean, I just love any Spider-Man game. Probably Spider-Man 3 is my favorite, like the oldie ones, but the new ones are super good, bro. But yeah, I just love Spider-Man games. I also love Batman games. Batman and Spider-Man, like my top 2 heroes of all time. So I love both of those games because usually the combat and everything is just so perfect. And then 5, damn, what was my 5th? I guess Call of Duty Black Ops 2 specifically. And I like the new Black Ops 2, Black Ops 6 and 7 or whatever. 6, 7, anyways. But yeah, I love COD because that was something else I played a lot growing up. But yeah, that would probably be my top 5. But it's tough too, because I love other games too, bro. Like I love playing Minecraft, even though I'm getting used to Java edition because I never played on PC and stuff when I was a kid. So play on the console Bedrock edition with my siblings and stuff. But yeah, that was also like a top tier game that brings back childhood memories. Shit, yeah, it's just a lot of games that I'm probably forgetting, but that's just off the top of my head, chat. Congrats, Lev. Thank you, free EdisB5G. Here's a question I have: what can help people that aspire to become creators like you, like tips or guides? Honestly, I don't know, chat. I guess the best tips that I can give is to study. And what I mean by study is literally study the algorithm, study what works for people, study what's going trending, study things that like people care about, because a lot of way that people go about creating content and doing stuff wrong is that they just think that, okay, if I make a good video, it's gonna do good regardless. And that is the key, you know, just making good content and making things people want to say and stuff, and people want to see in general is a good tip. But it's like, if you make a good video on a topic that really nobody is caring about or is super niche, if you're okay with just being super niche, that's all you, bro. Like, it's like some people are just dominate a certain niche, and that's what they do. So if you could do that, you could do that. But in terms of like growing big, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure that's what most people want to aspire to become one day, is become any type of big or have a pretty good diverse fan base. Is just like creating things that are something of interest to people, you know, whether that's trends, a certain game. There's always like something that has an audience constantly, you know. Like for example, when I first started streaming on YouTube to try to get my monetization up, I didn't realize how big like Five Nights at Freddy, like that fan base is huge. And when I started streaming that's when streaming started taking off. Before that, I was just kind of just playing whatever, playing Call of Duty, playing just kind of whatever I wanted to play. And it was cool, you know, I was having fun or whatever. But once I started, you know, basically, I don't want to say taking advantage, but yeah, I guess taking advantage of like that there's big fan bases for certain games and then capitalizing off of it. Yeah, I would say capitalizing is a better word. Capitalizing off of the audience of certain things and introducing yourself there so that you can create a name for yourself, create some type of authority, and then you just go from there. You post, you be consistent, and that's a big thing, being consistent. Because if you're not, I'm not saying you got to be like me and post 2-3 times, whatever, but dude, don't go past a week without posting. Like post once a week, like, you know what I'm saying? If you not posting once a week, if you're not posting a couple times a week, something where you're being consistent and having a schedule, you don't want it bad enough, and that's just it. And that's fine. Like, you know, a lot of people are just not meant for it. That's why not everybody is a YouTuber and stuff. But in terms of like, if you really want to take things serious, you got to take it serious. So you got to be consistent with whatever you do. But yeah, like I said, the topics matter, and just creating, bro. You know, I feel like YouTube has a really good system now to where small channels get pushed a lot more than they did before. Like starting a channel was pretty dreadful back then compared to now. They have like a hype feature, so people, if they're genuinely interested in your content and they want to hype it, they can literally help the algorithm help you. So I feel like that's a good implementation from YouTube there, and it kind of opens the door for pretty much anybody that wants to create content, because you know, you could create something that you know is gonna hit, you know is successful, that's been tested, but also be yourself too, because there's a lot of people, I've actually seen people literally like word for word rip things, and whether it's thumbnails or title, whatever, and you don't really give off that authentic vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you want to take inspiration, and I've taken lots of inspiration from creators and stuff, but I always try to like twist it into my own. Like when you guys come to my channel, you see Rich Lev. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't see somebody else, you know, and that's, you know, what you want to build for yourself. You always want to take inspiration and follow the blueprint, because at the end of the day, no matter what anybody says, there's no such thing as being completely 100% original in every single thing you do, in terms of creating content and stuff, because everybody's done everything at this point. But you can't be original in terms of just being yourself, like your own personality, the way you talk, the way you know, just do content in general can be always tailored to you, if that makes sense, you know? So hop on trends, do things, but be yourself, you know? And that's probably the best tips I can give, chat. Sorry for the run on. All right, random guy in your walls, one. You better not be in my walls, man. Oh, beat y'all. Anyways, what made you decide to switch career? The only reason I read this comment is because it's so funny how people are in the comments sometimes. It's so weird. What made you decide to switch career paths from a music artist to YouTuber? So, as long as you have a YouTube, you're considered a YouTuber. But yeah, I didn't really like switch career paths. I've always like just done YouTube, like I said, in terms of just posting dance videos, any type of thing with music, parkour videos, and all types of shit. Like I would just get into a lot of things as a kid. And like I said, the music is not the first thing that was on my channel. It's just what is visible to you guys, you know? But yeah, I never really switched. I did music. I'm still an artist. I consider myself an artist because I can do music, and I will very shortly in the future. But I'm a YouTuber, and you being a YouTuber, especially nowadays, is cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather be a YouTuber than just a music artist. Like that's just the cooler thing to me. And now, as being a YouTuber and having a fan base, it'll in turn help the music career, you know, once it gets growing and once I start actually dropping music and stuff. So yeah, so for the people that's like, he went from a rap and yeah, I did. And look at where we are. I'm pretty happy with that. Congrats on 2 mil. Thank you, Nightmare. My question, what's your biggest motivation? My biggest I feel like I kind of answered this. My biggest motivation though is you guys in general, like just making sure I show up for you guys. But I also just motivate myself though. Like, I feel like that's something I probably left out in the other question that I answered. I feel like myself is my motivation, because at the end of the day, chat, like I always tell you guys in other videos and shit, you only have yourself. Like when it comes down to it, like when you're in your grave, when you were born, yeah, you had your parents and stuff, but I'm talking about just your inner self, like your collection of thoughts and everything you go through on a day-by-day basis is all like in your head, it's in your soul, and no one can like truly understand you word for word, bar for bar. If that makes sense as an analogy. Because of that, you know, you gotta be like your biggest fan and your worst critic. Obviously not to the point of tearing yourself down. I don't like to do that. I feel like I do that a little too much sometimes, but you just want to just be realistic, you know, and motivate yourself, because at the end of the day, when you start anything, bro, like when I started YouTube and shit, there's lots of people that told me I wasn't gonna be big. I remember this one TikTok comment a long time ago was like, said something, bro, and I can't even remember what they said, but they just, you know, try to be smart about like, oh, you know, you're not gonna be nobody. I don't know why you're saying this or doing whatever. And obviously, I'm not anybody. I'm not saying I'm like super big, Chad. So don't even start pumping your horses on that. I'm just saying, bro. I mean, building a 2 million subscriber fan base and having you guys as my fan base, the Lev Fam Gang, is something to brag about, because you guys are fucking amazing. All right. So I'm not gonna let anybody discredit that and discredit me or you guys at all. So because of that, that's cool as fuck, and it's something that you just have to know in yourself, you know. Like if I didn't have motivation of myself, then I would let comments like that, let people try to bring me down, and stuff. I would let things happen, right? But I didn't, because you know why? Because I always believed in myself, because believing in yourself is the biggest thing you could ever do, bro. Like it's the most important thing you should ever do, is completely believe in yourself, because nobody is gonna believe you, especially if you do something unorthodox like being a YouTuber, you know, doing anything that your family might think is weird or doesn't fit the agenda what everybody else does or something. Like it's a really rocky path, I would say, and you just got to be ready for those bumps and to just keep driving, if that makes sense. Like no matter what. Dragon Fire, yo, congratulations, you deserve it, not gonna lie. Thank you. Now we set sail to 10 mil. Yes. That's so much. I don't know about 10 mil. Hey, I'm good with 2 mil, 3 mil. Hey, we're growing pretty fast though, Chad. So you literally never know. Maybe one day we'll be celebrating 10 mil for some reason. But yeah, I'm just grateful for what I have already, you know? But yeah, that would be nice. The Lev Fan Gang is always growing. By the way, my question is, may I be in the video, please? You're in this video right now. Shout out Dragonfire. No, I was kidding. But how did you come to making videos constantly each day? And how do you feel about the community you made? So I kind of explained this part already in terms of consistency and stuff. I just, you know, this is my job. This is what I do for a living. And the more I work, reward I get, but also the more I make you guys happy and stuff. And I feel like if I'm not consistent enough or whatever, it could maybe literally affect people's lives and stuff. And it shouldn't be like that, Jay. You know what I'm saying? You should have happiness outside of just YouTubers and stuff. But I honestly understand how it can be sometimes. Things can get so hard, and something as simple as a YouTuber can literally help you get through it. So because of that, I know I'm that to a lot of people, and that helps me be super consistent. And how do you feel about the community made? I feel amazing. Always Lev Fan Gang. Facts. I feel amazing about this community we made, chat. I feel like it's very diverse and stuff, and you know, we have all types of people from all around the world and different ages and stuff, and I just feel like the community is pretty good, chat. I feel really, really good. And as we get bigger and stuff, setting you a warning side right now, as we get bigger, there's always going to be that time where people, you know, probably complain about the community. It just gets too big and people want to switch up and be weird and stuff. I actually see Joe Bartolozzi going through that right now. He's reached a point where he's so fucking high up there and so popular that now, you know, people just want to like bash him and bash the community that he's building, call it so corny, even though they were most likely part of it at some point. But yeah, Chad, that's just how the internet works. It's all about narratives and shit. But yeah, I love my community, like no matter what, all the time. So yeah, that's my answer. All right, Mr. Nerd 25. My questions. 1, what caused you to name your channel Rich Lev? That's actually some pretty good origin story right there. The reason is Rich Lev, and honestly, it doesn't have anything to do with me being rich. Like it's just, I know some people probably think that, but no. The main thing is right here is Lev, right? Now, when I grew up, my favorite number was 11. I feel like that was my lucky number, is what I wore in like football and stuff, and tried wearing basketball. And it was just always my favorite number, right? So I actually used to refer to myself as just like 11. Like that's what I used to go through when I used to make music back in the day. But guys will probably see something like that on my Spotify or whatever. I might have like a title of an album or something. I can't remember, where it just like had 11 in it, or I just referred to myself as 11 in some songs that are older. And yeah, I just used to go by that, but it used to be spelled weird. It used to be like E1EV1EN. Like it was it was so fucking stupid, bro. But honestly, like, yeah, that's just where it came from, like the Lev part in general. So, you know, I was just like, damn, this name is a little too complicated, but I want to keep like the vibe of it. So I was like, okay, what if I just shorten it to just Lev, you know? And yeah, that's what I started like referring to myself as in terms of like being a music artist. I just refer to myself as Lev, right? And the reason my YouTube is Rich Lev is because at the time I was not like really big YouTuber or anything. I can't remember how many subscribers I have, but there was this one guy guy. His name was Lev Cameron, something like that. Lev Cameron, and he had like 1 million subscribers plus. And I was like, bro, if I try to name myself just Lev by itself, like that's what the channel was supposed to be. It was just supposed to be just named Lev. I was like, bro, if I name myself just Lev, I'm just gonna get buried in the algorithm by this guy, you know? Like that was my thought process at the moment. So I was like, okay, what can I like put in front of Lev to just make it make sense, you know? And I think I tried, what it stemmed off of is that I was looking for a username for Instagram and stuff. Somebody had taken just Lev and stuff, and I was like, what's like a random word I could just put in front of it? I was like, Rich Lev. I was like, whoa, that kind of like flowed off the tongue a little well, you know? It doesn't sound out of pocket, it doesn't sound weird. And yeah, that's literally where it came from, bro. It just came from that, bro. It wasn't nothing too deep. The only deep part is the Lev part, just the origins of me liking the number 11. And that's just where that comes from. But the Rich, yeah, that was just some compromise to just not being Lev by itself, just because I didn't want to be buried by the algorithm by the other Lev. And there's like other Levs too. But anyways, yeah, that's the reason it's called Rich Lev. Number 2, are you really 465 years old? No, you got it completely wrong. I have 476,523 years old. Come on, chat. I mean, you guys call me Onk. You should know this, bro. Number 3, what was your age when you were in grade 11? I had to be like, what, 300,000 something? I don't know. Congrats. Thank you, Zuli. My question is, if the world was ending, what would be your last meal, including the drink? Jesus. It would have to be a steak dinner, and I'm talking about a big, juicy, fat piece of meat. Wait, no, but like steak. I'm talking about steak. You know what I'm saying? Steak dinner with some roasted vegetables, probably some asparagus, some bell pepper type shit, some golden brown potatoes, buttered up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, instead of potatoes, if it's my last meal, I gotta have French fries, because French fries is like my top 3 foods of all time. So it has to be some golden brown, perfectly cut, salted French fries, like some McDonald's French fries, but even more gourmet, maybe even some steak fries. And like drink, it would have to be Sprite Zero. Oh my god, Sprite Zero has got me through so much. Sprite Zero is the reason I don't drink regular sodas no more. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That and Coke Zero, and also Ooh, there's this one Dr. Pepper Zero that's strawberries and cream, and I absolutely love it so much. But for a last minute, yeah, I have to go Sprite Zero. Like Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream one is more like, you know, I just want something kind of sweet in a soda. But yeah, world ending, I gotta go with my Sprite Zero. I'm not gonna lie. All right, Uzbek.government. Whoa, you spying me on me? Are you in my phone right now? Anyways, will you travel video to every countries in the future? Yeah, I don't know about Yo, chat, you know anything about me? I am a homebody. I don't like going far places, especially, like, you know what I'm saying? Go hang out with the boys a couple times, play some basketball, do some my favorite hobbies and shit, work out and stuff like that. But in terms of traveling and stuff, I just got back from traveling. It was cool and everything. But yeah, traveling to every country in the future, I don't know about that. I feel like I do kind of want to just go to different countries though, chat. Like that's something that is just on a bucket list in terms of life things. And maybe it could turn into video, you know, of me just like kind of touring. I'm not gonna be like on some ISO speed shit, you know, because y'all niggas rip my hair out. I'm finna blam on your bitch. I like these. But yeah, I don't know, chat. I don't know, bro. Maybe like I'll do a video where I like travel to a certain country and just like vlog or something. And yeah, I don't know. That's like something I would have to very, very much think about. Congratulations on thank you, Axolots are better. Question: if you were sipping that tire while your grandma farting on the sun because his favorite food is yellow, then why is the green in my mouth dancing? First of all, get your freak ass, stupid ass home, man. No! What kind of question was that, bro? You just made my brain cells do jumping jacks, my nigga. Like, what is you doing, bro? Anyways, but to answer this question, is the grandma thick? Never mind. Let's move on. Someone said, Lev, how do you oil up so perfect? You know where you fit perfectly? Adopt a son. Congrats, man. Thank you, Wolf Rain MC. If you had a piece of advice for a teenager of all ages, what would it be? And would you ever play Minecraft Bedrock Edition? I played Minecraft Bedrock Edition in the past. Actually, there's some videos on the gaming channel where I've definitely played the Bedrock Edition because I was just always played on console, and nowadays I play on Java because, you know, the mods and everything, and it's just kind of a better experience on Java. I'm not gonna lie. But if I had a piece of advice for teenagers of all ages, what would it be? I don't know. know, bro, because it just depends where exactly they are in life and stuff. But I guess a general thing that I would say is to probably not be on social media so much to the point where that's all you get any type of information from, because yeah, social media is very deceiving. And I would just like actually try to be articulate, try to be educated on stuff, and not be an annoying little Timmy. Like I don't know how to explain it. You know what I'm saying? Stay in school, do what you're supposed to do, you know, take accountability for things you do wrong and stuff. Like, you know, you're a teenager, so at that point you know what's right and what's wrong. You know, try not to give your parents such a hard time. I know everybody's in different situations. That's why I said it's hard for me to like just say whatever, just a blanket statement, but I'm just going off the top of my head. That's things I would probably tell a random teenager is like, hey, just stay in school, try to be a good person, a genuine good person, do things out of your heart. If you have good parents and stuff, make sure to help them out, let them know you love them. You have siblings, you know, you're probably like older one or middle, whatever. Make sure you let your younger sibling, older sibling know you love them and stuff. And just like, I don't know, bro. I just don't know like what teenagers would need advice with. But oh, something just popped in my head though. A lot of teenagers, especially nowadays with social media and stuff, there's a lot of mental issues, I would say. A lot of mental confusion, conflictions, I would say. The best thing I would say is to like try to have somebody to talk to, whether that's a good friend that like genuinely listens and cares, or whether that be a family member, an uncle, an aunt, your mother, your father, somebody that you can confide in to really like talk about things, preferably someone that's a little more wiser than you. So, you know, even though you could talk to your friend and stuff, but I feel like if you have a good mother, good father, anything like that, where they're more older and wiser and they've been through things that you've been through, you could talk to them and really let out your feelings on things that you might be going through in school or just in life in general, and things changing, whatever. You know, if being able to talk things out definitely helps a lot. And that's what I would give like a teenager advice on, especially because, you know, with social media, especially people being bullies, being this world is terrible, man. And that's one thing social media like definitely exposed, is that this world is very cruel, very harsh. There's terrible, very weird and envious and angry people that will literally like change your perspective of like human nature in general. But that's why, you know, when I first said, like, get the fuck off the phone, don't be on social media 24/7, actually live in real life, live in real time, create friends, create relationships, you know, stay close with your family. Like, just, I don't know, just be a human, bro. Touch grass, man. Touch grass, bro. Don't be like me right now. I've been here for a while. My biggest question is, will you ever collab with other YouTubers or no? I have in the past. Shout out RICHLEV. He actually was my first collaboration. I collabed with Ducky D. Shout out Ducky D. But yeah, chat, I definitely want to get more collabs in the future. I'll be doing so much for the main and gaming channel that I just like, it's hard for me to fit things in my schedule at this point. But I definitely want to work on that in the future for sure. Just a drippy guy said, question, if you had to bring back one celebrity to life, who would it be? This is the most easiest question in my life. It would be Michael Jackson, bro. It would be Michael Jackson. I actually just got done watching his new movie, which was really good. It was really good. I could definitely tell it was aimed towards younger demographic and kind of like the fast pace of it, not really covering too much of the history and stuff. Like it's basically like for the little Timmies to know who Michael Jackson was, where he came from, you know, the basic story and stuff. But there's just so much layers to his story that wasn't really covered in that movie, that's covered in other movies and stuff. And yeah, I just have a deep appreciation for Michael Jackson. Like I wish like he didn't go away. Like I feel like he went away too soon and this world destroyed him, you know, things from his family and stuff. Like it was, like I said, there's just so many layers in terms of Michael Jackson that I feel like he could be advocating and doing so much and preaching about things and just be Michael fucking Jackson. I mean, nobody has more aura ever in the history of anything than Michael Jackson, the man himself. He always stood up for things. He always stood up for his people, his African Americans and stuff, and just tried to bring things together and stop like gang violence and all that stuff. Like he had a lot to him and he was just genuinely a great person. And you could just tell just from his music alone, but just like the way he moved in certain documentaries and stuff, like just a great person, man. I just wish that, you know, he was still alive today. That would be the celebrity I would bring back for sure. All right, Chick Soy said, how do you have so much aura? I don't know, bro. It just comes with the territory. It just comes with being a part of Lev Fan Gang. Am I right, chat? Am I right, Lev Fan? We just all have aura right there. And no, it's not green aura. And no, I don't fart on my intros. It's an explosion, okay? Might be a Taco Bell explosion. It's still an explosion. Congrats. Thank you. Wow, my life 121. Appreciate that. Question. I've noticed in some videos you say stuff about it's okay to be gay, trans, lesbian. My question is, would you consider yourself an ally, or would you say you're neutral? If it's something else, could you specify? It's been 2 years since I subbed. Time flies. Shout out Wow My Life. Now, I don't know what exactly you mean by like an ally. Are you saying that like I'm one of these? I feel like it doesn't need to be disclaimed. It's nobody's business. But yeah, I'm not gay or trans or obviously lesbian. I'm not any of those things, but I have a brain and I have empathy, and I'm not a stupid asshole online or just in general in life that thinks that because certain people or something that is just gonna magically fucking bother me. I mean, I don't care. I don't care what anyone chooses to be or do with their own lives. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with me? And that's just my stance on it. It's like, I don't understand why people make that like their whole thing. They hate certain types of people. It's the same with racism and all other types of discrimination. It's just like, why? Like, you know, and there's always some story that someone may have or something, and you ask them, well, did it happen again and again and again? Will that happen with every single fucking person you come by that's this, you know, whatever you don't like? The most likely answer is no, because that's just, you know, when you just think about things. Now, I understand some people have their beliefs and stuff, you know, you respect that and everything, but I just never been the type of person to fucking care that much, to be honest. Like, dude, I live my life, you live yours, and you're just as human as me. We all bleed the same. Like, what the fuck is the difference, you know? So that's why I like to defend it and don't like when people are just like complete. Now, everybody can make jokes about things and stuff, but it's like, if you're genuinely being hateful and like trying to mask it as a joke, you're just being straight up super hateful towards a certain you know, groups of people, whatever, then yeah, you're just weird, bro. Like, and that's just how I feel. So I don't want to say like I'm an ally or neutral or anything. I just feel like I just have a pretty decent mindset about things. I guess you could just say ally. Like, I don't know. I'm not any of these things, and I'm not gonna be like out there advocating for things, you know, because I am a straight male, but I have no problem with anybody being anything else. It doesn't fucking affect me. It shouldn't affect other people. I feel like it's weird and it's pretty obsessive. And it honestly shows more about the people that are complaining so much about people being gay. So it's like, bro, are you gonna come out the closet at this point? You know, I mean, a lot of people use that like hateful rhetoric and everything to like try to mask who they are and stuff. So that's just, you know, things I think about it. It's pretty blanket statement, and there's lots of conversations to go into in terms of that, but that's just what I can say right now. Congrats. Shout out Dream. Anyway, questions. 1, what video do you like the most? What video do I like the most in terms of like what exactly? Like on my channel? What video I like to watch? Yeah, I'm not really sure about that question. So let's go to number 2. What compilation do you like the most? Compilation do you like the most? I guess I would say Me Mondays is my favorite compilation, or like TikTok, watching TikToks or Instagram Reels. Done just that. I hope I get picked. Well, you're picked. All right, Mr. BBT Plush. He said, 1, have you ever thought of going back to music? Yes. 2, you don't have to answer this one. Do you earn any money from YouTube? Yes. YouTube is my full-time job. 3, what is your favorite or most fun video you make? Definitely Me Mondays is like my favorite series of all time. And gaming videos. I love making gaming videos, especially if it's a game I'm like really enjoying. Yeah, so that's probably my favorite videos. And just honestly, just any reactions that I find pretty intriguing. Are you gonna do more IRL stuff other than not touching grass? Yes, I do want to do more IRL stuff, chat. I've actually been wanting to do more things, just with my vacation coming up and stuff. I was like planning, so you know, I just wanted to do strictly reacts and gaming and stuff, and I already do a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I will be doing more IRL stuff in the future. Let me know some ideas in the comments for things you guys want me to do. 5, out of every video you make, how many adoption centers have you done on estimate? Congratulations on 2 mil Lev. Thank you. I actually have no idea. Maybe like an estimate how many adoption centers. I would say like a 5 count, like 5 times per video. I would say it averages out to. All right, fave movie plus genre. My favorite, bro, I have a lot of good movies that I love, bro, and especially when you mention genre, like there's just different ones, but I would say I just love superhero movies. Like that's like probably my favorite genre, especially just growing up and stuff. But even now, like I love it. I'm actually super excited for the new Spider-Man movie to drop next month, so I could watch that. But I would probably say, talking about Spider-Man, like the trilogy, the original trilogy with Tobey Maguire. And by the way, the new Spider-Man is doing amazing. I love it. I love his role and everything. But it's just Tobey Maguire, those movies, I just fell in love with Spider-Man, bro. Fell in love with it. But I also like Dark Knight. I also love Dark Knight. And that's why I say Batman and Spider-Man they're just like this to me. You know what I'm saying? I love them both the same, sometimes more than others. Like sometimes I get trapped watching Batman movies, and sometimes I'm watching all the Spider-Man movies, and I was like, oh, no, Spider-Man's better. Oh no, Batman's better. Like, I don't know. So I would have to say a tie tie between the original Spider-Mans and all the Dark Knight trilogy Batmans. Like specifically those Batmans. Summer Gonzalez said, 1, what's something you like to do on your free time? In terms of hobby and stuff, there's a lot of things I kind of like to do in free time. I love to just sometimes just sit and think. You know, I feel like, you know, with all the stimulation, all the phones, screens and stuff, especially me, like I'm constantly recording and stuff, but I just need to get away from screens sometimes and just like think, or even watch like self-help videos, things that I want to just be educated on, whether that's like finance things or just things with my body, things I want to get better at in terms of health and stuff like that. I just like doing that things, like just researching stuff. And I really want to start reading more. That's the one thing that I want to improve about things. I want to make time to just read, you know, because I just feel like it's very important. But yeah, in terms of hobbies, I love playing basketball. I love just playing sports in general, but basketball is definitely my favorite. The World Cup is actually motivating me. Me and the boys might actually go play soccer one of these days, but yeah, or might go play football. Sorry, I didn't mean to call it soccer. The American in me came out right there. But yeah, chat. Number 2, have you ever gotten a fight in school? No, I was never very confrontational. I really just stood out of problems and didn't really, you know, let people get me out of my element like that. And it's just really never worth it at the end of the day, because you just get in trouble regardless, and it's just stupid, you know. Now, obviously, you know, if I was in a situation where someone like really antagonized me or really, you know what I'm saying, try to sway on me or something, it'd be a different story. It would be, you know. But in terms like, I just don't start things. I don't really get into things with people. So like, yeah, I just never really had a reason to. Number 3, what do you hope you can achieve in life? And that's it. What do I hope I can achieve in life? I hope I can just achieve peace and just like fulfillment in my soul. That sounds deep as fuck. That could be a whole fucking video. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I might have to make a channel where I specifically just like talk about certain subjects, like do literally research on them, on things that I'm genuinely interested in and want to talk about with you guys, and just like fucking talk. You know, like have my talking points and just talk. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? But yeah, I hope I just achieve fulfillment, bro. Like just, you know, just making a huge impact on the world. And I feel like I'm already doing that with just, I mean, with just this amazing fan base I have. But I just want to continue to make impact on, you know, lots of people's lives and stuff, and continue to do the things that I want to do, and just like living life to the fullest, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's sad, but you know, we only got one life and we got to live it to the fullest. And that's just what I want to do. That's actually the reason I went on vacation. I used to be absolutely terrified of planes. I still am, but you know, I got myself to just do it, you know. And you just gotta like get yourself out of comfort zones and do things, because you know, you're gonna regret it if it's too late, you know. But yeah, that's a pretty good questions right there. I appreciate that. Congrats on 2 mil by Chess Muffin Official. Appreciate you. Question: what were you expecting 3 to 4 years ago before you were known? I don't know exactly what you mean by expecting. Like I said, I've always had an internal belief in myself that I can be something, you know, whether that was YouTube, being an artist, being whatever I wanted to be. And I still feel that now. I feel like I could be anything I want to be, as long as I put the work in and put my full mind to it. I feel like I can do what I want to do in terms of entertainment space. What I was expecting was just to be where I am and to be more. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, because I just had to have that belief, you know. I had to be delusional. I had to be, you know, arrogant and stuff in terms of just believing myself, being delusional, like, oh, I'm gonna do it, because I just always like felt that way. I always felt that I can make a fan base, that I can be one of those people that I was watching. And yeah, it's just an internal belief that I just always had. So that's what I was expecting, just to be here and more. Chipley's YouTube said, congrats, bro. What is your favorite anime? Do you like Dragon Ball Z? I actually started watching Dragon Ball, not Z, and I kind of need help with that, because I started watching Dragon Ball original. It's just hard for me to commit to things, especially nowadays, chat, with everything I gotta do. I actually started watching Attack on Titan, just a few episodes, so don't ask me like questions about it. Like, hey, I gotta keep watching, but I want to do better at watching animes and stuff. But my favorite one has got to be Naruto, as you guys can see in the setup. You know, got him with the Sage Frog and everything like that. That was like my first. I would say I started out with Naruto in terms of like watching things all the way through, and then I watched Death Note. Death Note was super good, and then it was short and simple. I watched this other short anime too. It was damn, I'm trying to remember what it was called, bro. But it was a really popular short anime. I think it was about like a little girl or something. Like, damn, what the fuck? Oh my god, it's gonna bother me that I don't remember. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, those are it. I started watching My Hero Academia a long time ago, before it turned into an absolute meme now. And I stopped at like season 5. I think season 5, I haven't watched season 5 and up, or season 4 or 5, one of those. But yeah, I really enjoy anime. I feel like it's pretty cool. Obviously, it's like a trend to like it now and stuff, and you know, I guess a lot of people LARP it, but you know, I just genuinely fell in love with like Naruto. That was my introduction to anime in general, and then I just, you know, I just respect it. I like every anime now that I watch, pretty much. I want to watch some sports anime. That's one thing I feel like I want to get into. Like, I kind of want to watch Blue Lock, and there's like a basketball one and stuff. Like, I feel like I really enjoy enjoy those ones. If you guys have recommendations, leave them in the comments as well. All right, chat. I tried to go through kind of as many comments as I can to not make this video absolutely long as fuck, and I feel like I got a good mixture of like newer comments and the first kind of comments that came out and stuff, and I try to get as much as I can. So if you guys aren't in the video, I'm sorry, but just know I see you. I appreciate you for even participating, for supporting in general. As always, I'm super eternally grateful for the Lev fan gang, bro. You gotta change my life. You continue to every single day. Humble for you guys. Like, I literally just think about like where I was a couple years ago and looking now, and it's like, it's fucking insane. I can't even put it into words, bro. It's insane. It's insane. It's something that I always knew, but you guys made it happen very quickly. Just showed me that I really can. Like, my delusional confidence was actually something that resonated with other people, and I am so grateful for that, bro, because yeah, I don't know where I'd be without you guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys watched all the way through, I want you to comment right now. If you watched all the way through, comment cheese sticks. All right, comment cheese sticks in the comments if you made it all the way through, so I know you watched the whole video. And you better not skip to this part, because I'm gonna beat your ass. Just kidding. All right, chat, I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.